Hey everyone, it's Gilz with your Postgame Walk Talk here in Greensboro as Kansas State is moving on to the Sweet 16 thanks to a 75-69 victory over Kentucky here in Greensboro Coliseum. I'm sitting down. I took a break from standing up. I took a page out of Fitz's book, and we're going to call this probably a sit and talk. But real quick, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe. Really helps our channel grow and helps us reach more K-Staters. You got all the content from me, from Fitz with his daily deliveries, and all the coverage coming your way from New York, as we'll be headed there soon. But heck of a win for Kansas State, man. I don't know where you start with this one. Obviously, the biggest storyline was Ish Massoud hitting pretty much the dagger three late in the game, and if that wasn't the dagger, Keontae Johnson on the very next possession with a few minutes left drilled pretty much the icer, so to speak. And you expect that from Johnson. You don't expect that from Massoud, and he's been a big player at times this year. He's been a sharpshooter, and then other times this year he's been a non-factor. But he made the difference against the Wildcats of Kentucky, that is, and he had the game winner against Baylor back in January, and so he's had a couple clutch shots this season for K-State. This one meant a lot to him to go back to New York and play in front of friends and family. And it's going to mean a lot for Marquise Noel, Tyke Green, Naquan Tomlin, and Ish Massoud to go back and play in Madison Square Garden for a chance at the Elite Eight, and if they can get that one done, a chance for the Final Four. But let's hold our horses there for just a moment, as you know, this team has pretty much been focused on one game at a time, whether that be in March Madness or whether that's been in the NCAA tournament or Big 12 tournament. You know, just regular season, K-State's always been focused on the task at hand. So right now, the task is going to be Michigan State or Marquette. As I'm recording this, they're still playing, but we'll find out sooner or later who K-State's going to be going up against. Heading into the game, Oscar Tshiebwe was kind of the storyline that K-State fans were, a player that they were afraid of, and rightfully so. 25 points, 18 boards. K-State, before the game and after the game, talking to the players and the coaches, the overall vibe, the consensus, the message that they were getting from Coach Tang was, let Oscar Tshiebwe get his. He's going to get those boards. He's going to get those points, but you just can't let anybody else on the team beat you. And K-State, I think, did an okay job. You look at the rest of the games that Oscar Tshiebwe's played, like, this is how they all look. So K-State tried their best to minimize Tshiebwe, but the key to winning this game was, taking other guys away. Case and Wallace, a couple 5-stars in the starting lineup for Kentucky, their impacts were minimized. And, I mentioned Keontae Johnson and Ish Massoud hitting those three-pointers late, but K-State didn't hit its first three-pointer of the game well into the second half. So K-State did have a halftime lead of 3 points, but, it was, you were thinking, oh boy, K-State hadn't hit a three-pointer all first half. They're only up by 3. That's good. Those shots are going to fall, but you were hoping that didn't come back to bite them. It didn't, as K-State did pick up the win after a pretty slow start here in Greensboro. In the second half, K-State went down 6, I believe, and Tang called a timeout, and then from that point on, K-State clawed back, and both teams went back and forth before K-State really, as my phone battery's low, K-State was able to get over the hump with the three-pointers from Massoud and Keontae Johnson. So they get to go back to New York, and just a heck of a win, man. Social media is going crazy. It's really neat to see all the former players from recent and long ago on social media just, being so happy for this K-State team to be in this position. So this is it pretty much from Greensboro. We'll have some more coverage coming your way. Me and Zach are headed to New York to keep on covering the Cats. Be sure to subscribe on this YouTube channel. And if you're not subscribing to GoPowercat, you're missing out on a lot. A lot of VIP coverage is coming your way. The message boards are rocking right now here as Kansas State is headed to the Sweet 16.